on the heels of his Oscar-winning alternative lifestyle drama A Fantastic Woman, Chilean director Sebastián Lelio explores a now quite clandestine lesbian relationship going on in an Orthodox Jewish enclave in North London. No major religion openly approves of LGBTQ relationships, but when it involves the daughter of one rabbi and the wife of another, the fallout and repercussions verge on seismic. After receiving the news of the death of her near-legend father, New York photographer Ronit, Rachel Weisz, returns home to an indifferent, practically hostile reception. She enters the home of Dovid, Alessandro Nivola, her dad's protege and heir apparent, and is told by multiple people, "May you live a long life," but their delivery and sourpuss faces instead scream "drop dead." This seems to be the English-Jewish version of the Southern American left-handed non-compliment "bless your heart."
Why on earth would anyone address the only child of a respected, recently deceased cleric with such open disdain? Ronit reacts by not reacting, and only later do we find out why. The relationship she had with her father was strained, but she is determined to pay her respects, something Dovid recognizes and tepidly offers her a room in the house he shares with wife Esti, Rachel McAdams, during her visit.
The marriage of Dovid and Esti took place long after Ronit moved to the US. Despite being friends since 13 years with both, Ronit is surprisingly gobsmacked by the news, and with what takes place later it makes a great deal of sense. The opening act of Disobedience unfolds with brilliant economy and sly brevity and hints at greatness, but is ultimately never delivered. Co-written by Lelio and playwright Rebecca Lenkiewicz, based on the novel by Naomi Alderman, Disobedience grows aggressively more salacious and racy as it progresses, while at the same time becoming less interesting, intellectually original and lazily wrote.
A love scene at about the halfway point plays out like hard-edged softcore porn and mirrors a similar one in the 1982 Making Love, a film about the budding, forbidden relationship between two gay men, one of whom is also married. When compared to the deft shorthand narrative style of what has preceded it, this passage is a blunt tool of cheap eroticism designed to appeal more to mouth-breathing heterosexual men looking for a fleeting thrill than gays, lesbians or art house fanatics in search of formidable insight. Despite its many stumbles throughout the lengthy midsection, the final act occasionally flirts with something that, if not great, could have still been very good. A contentious scene involving Dovid and Esti, quite reminiscent of the draining, nerve-wracking tete-a-tete exchange between Beatrice Straight and William Holden in Network, fizzles out before delivering a satisfactory emotional payoff. Only mildly disjointed thus far, Disobedient completely unravels in the final 15 minutes with multiple false endings, mixed messages and the inability, or flat-out fear, of taking a chance by offering a conclusion that makes a real stand. In some form or fashion, all three co-leads wimp out and land in solid vanilla territory while leaving the viewer with a flat-lining cliffhanger. Everything and nothing remains at stake, and no one wants to give up anything in order to provide satisfactory closure.
On the most positive upside, Weisz and especially McAdams give it their all for the duration and barely save the film from itself. The mixing of taboo sexuality and devout religion just begs for things to go wrong, and, in this case, the latter mostly wins. Disobedience begins with great thought, slips into shock and lands into a non-committal safety net. In other words, it accomplishes nothing of major significance.